All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Welcome to the All Sports, All Plays Wrestling Hour. We're getting ready to bring on some panels here. We're going to talk about wrestling. We got some good show going here tonight. Let's bring Chris, the pretty boy Robinson, on right now. What's up, Chris?
How's it going, Ray? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Ready to talk some wrestling?
All right. Then I got William Morgan here. What's up, William?
What's up, fellas? How's everything going tonight?
Going good now. Now you can go ahead and introduce your guest that you brought here. So.
Everybody, I want you to say a big ASAP hello to my Josie. We roll over there at Sports Report Fight Night on Pinfall Streams. Josie, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
All right, Ray. Let's take it from the top, buddy.
Take it from the top.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
First topic is the return of Karrion Kross and Scarlett by his side.
You got two people on one side of the room that got the same opinion. He sucks. That man got the personality of a brick.
He's not a little bit bland by himself, but with Scarlett, we said this on Fight Night last night, Will. With Scarlett, they're a great package.
They're an entrance with Scarlett.
Yeah.
That's it. Past the entrance, I don't give a damn.
Man, their NXT stuff, their MLW stuff, their Impact stuff together was amazing.
And then the bell rang.
He's just boring to me. It's like he's a dude that absolutely has to have a mouthpiece with him or showpiece.
Yeah. What's the problem with that?
He's got
nothing. But Jonathan Gresham, that even with a mouthpiece is still boring as fuck.
He is boring.
Sorry for my language.
You right about that. I ain't gonna say in front. But without Scarlett, you saw that man about he's nothing without Scarlett. He has to have Scarlett by his side to draw any type of interest from the crowd. And that's a bad thing, because if you can't get over on your own, something wrong.
I disagree that he wouldn't have got over on his own had it not been for Vince, like, just giving him some shit. He's jobbed out to Jeff Hardy in 5 minutes. Like, it made no sense. The last time we saw him before last Friday, he was in bondage gear. Like, his main roster run made absolutely no sense. You almost have to, like, not look at the main roster run and look at what he did at NXT. He was destructive.
But you can't.
Adam Cole put it best. Like, they did everything to make him look good. They gave him the great entrance. They gave him the Scarlett is his already, but he has the pretty manager. But it's just, oh man, like his finisher is a suplex.
Yeah.
Like that in itself right there just shows you how boring this guy is. The cross jacket is a horrible move. Like, I get what he's doing with, like, the hand on the ear thing, but it just looks so weak. Like, I don't know. And I think he's pushed too fast in NXT.
And he's a big man too. That's what makes it so bad. It's not like he's a small little cruiserweight or a Dean Malenko type of. That's a big dude, and you can't book a big dude weak. You just can't. You kill him.
Yeah, what kind of message did he send to Roman Reigns, though? I mean, he beat up Drew McIntyre. That's about it. But
ain't nobody scared of Karrion Kross. I'll kill Kross, whatever you want to call it. I mean, nobody scared. Nobody's scared.
I mean, what's the reason of bringing him back? I mean, he didn't do really anything when he was there.
From what I heard, the reason bringing him back is USA Network doesn't like the titles not being split, and he's going to be the one to split. it.
If you put the world championship on that man, that'd be the biggest mistake ever.
That's so true.
So-
Like there's 1,000 other wrestlers I can put that belt on over Karrion Kross.
One thing is
Karrion Kross in a mid-card picture. He could be in a 24/7 picture, I guess. But
That
belt is gone. I promise you, it's gone.
Dana Brooke had it the other night.
The other night, it was on TV. The other night,
Yeah.
yeah.
They didn't do anything with it, but yeah.
Years.
You need to put that belt
True.
on R. You need to put that belt back on R-Truth when R-Truth retired. That's what they need to do. He the greatest 24/7 champion in his history.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean,
the belt, that ain't saying much because the belt don't mean nothing, but
That belt means less than the FTW championship.
exactly. Exactly.
I mean, if you talking about Karrion Kross is gonna split the titles apart. How about having Theory just cashing the Money in the Bank on him after that split?
So I'm not sure if you have this coming up, but with what happened on Monday with Loomis, I'm not sure they're not bringing back in the Way. And I've seen multiple rumors
we talked about
that they're bringing back the Way. Okay, listen to this. You bring back Loomis, then you bring back Indy Hartwell, then you bring back Johnny and his wife together, and you use them to get where it is actually believable if Theory cashes in. They screw over Roman for Theory to win because everybody in the back is against Theory. All the fans are against Theory. That would be an amazing way to do it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Do you think they should go like WrestleMania 16 and have a triple threat for one belt, one match, and then a second belt, another match? Because you still can't pin Roman yet.
No.
Like I don't.
I'm tired of them triple matches,
I know
man.
you're tired of it.
And I'm tired
At
of the
this point,
bloodline.
though, Roman can't be pinned yet until you get the Rock match.
I'm not sure that's ever going to happen.
I don't think it happened either because
I'm not sure it's ever going to happen. The Rock is always going to have movies that are going to come before a match.
And you also have to understand he's already saying he's not going to do it. He's not going to come back in the ring unless the situation makes sense.
Well, he said before that the Roman match would make sense to him.
Somebody would have
especially now that Roman's their top heel.
And he's heel, so that helps because The Rock can come in as his normal face.
He said that this would make sense. It's not that it doesn't make sense now. It's that the time frame is never going to work.
Even if you don't go with The Rock, then do you keep him? Do you still don't pin him until Cody pins him? Like it has to be a big
That's
moment.
what I say.
And like
that's what I
Kross
say.
or Drew, they're not or even Theory. They're not the moment for it. You have to go either The Rock or Cody.
That's definitely a thought in my head. I don't know how they split it, but they're gonna have to split it before Mania. Like USA Network is not. They want a champion on their own show.
Yeah,
that's what I say. It should be Cody.
Cody is supposedly everything I heard. Cody is still Rumble
before he comes back.
He
comes back.
Yeah, that's wild because
that's 9 months.
Yeah,
right.
For his injury to heal.
Like
yeah, for his injury to heal. Yeah. But
yeah.
I just like to see Cody take it. I don't believe in Theory in no capacity whatsoever.
The only way I see the Theory cash in going well is if they bring back the Way.
But you have to.
The only way I could see it, like being somewhat standable.
And then you want to talk about transitional champion. That's gonna be a transitional champion quick, boy.
It'd be a great way too to get to split the belts.
Yeah. And then once you split them, then you can have Theory drop it in what 4-6 months.
Oh, less than.
Probably about a month.
About a month.
Pull off some early 2000s booking and the title change hand 5 times in a month.
Yep. I mean, if you look at Theory's, he's put together like John Cena, and then he's got the freaking Brie with taking the selfies.
Yeah.
You can't mix them to
I hate that they stole my man Tyler Breeze's gimmick.
They stole his gimmick, man. Yeah.
So I mean,
Tyler did it better.
What happened to Fandango's first dance?
Oh,
What
definitely.
happened to her?
Summer Rae.
No, the first one. Wasn't
The
it,
legend?
It was. I can't remember her name.
Oh, there was
The
somebody before
first one
Summer
we
Rae.
had. Yeah, there was
who
one before
it?
Summer Rae. Yeah.
yeah, I can't think of her.
I can't think of her
Looking it
name.
up.
I gotta find out where she went.
I'm looking it up.
While he's looking that up, let's move on to this topic here: the heat between Dominique
Andrea
against
Lynn.
Edge.
She was a real life dancer and college student.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So how about Dominique and Edge? Is there going to be a heat between them two and forcing Dominique to make Rey Mysterio lose matches and have him
think it's
turn?
gonna
Dominique about
end
to
up
turn-
being,
Dominique about to turn
Rhea
heel.
Ripley's cuck.
And Dominique about to turn heel. Dominique about to turn heel.
He's living every man's dream
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
He
man.
is. He
He's
is.
getting whooped.
Every
He's
man's
getting that ass
dream.
beat by her weekly.
Yep. Fine. So, hey, but I think Dominique gonna turn heel, gonna turn against his dad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
do
this
too
is-
at this
this
point.
has been it's been brewing, and the whole
Yep.
he thinks Edge did it on purpose is going to be the reason.
Yep.
I could see him if he does split and doesn't join the Judgment Day. He needs to lean more in because I'm sorry, he looks like Eddie. I know that is a little
that's
rough
a-
because of the storyline from back in the day,
oh,
but he looks like Eddie.
Oh, that's just a bad theory right there, man. Come on,
I'm just
man.
saying.
That's a
the
bad
little
theory. Come
mustache
on,
that he has
man.
now, he looks
Come on,
like Eddie.
man. That's just a bad conspiracy theory right there, boy. Ooh, we ain't going down that. We ain't going down that route. Hell no, that's another show by itself. Hell.
Wow. Now, do you think that they use Edge? Probably have him stir the Mysterios, have him do it like they come in and interact with the Mysterios, and then all of a sudden
Turn him back.
turn him back into with Judgment Day.
I mean, with the things, the
No.
way of WWE has changed since they took him out, I could see Triple H thinking it being better for him to be in. But after the promo we got last week that said he was going to destroy the Judgment Day, I don't see him rejoining.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did return back.
Yeah.
He did return back as his old rated R superstar gimmick
I
with the
would
short
love to
hair and
see-
stuff.
Personally, if they're going to split the titles, let Theory pick it up and then let Edge take it from him. I want to see one more run from the rated R superstar. I might be the only one that wants to see that.
What you think? What y'all think on that? Y'all want to see Edge get one more run?
I bet you he'll get that one more run.
He might give him what the
Or somebody as a
is.
champion, or just have
Yeah.
Yeah, one
Not
more
a champion.
championship
One more run
run.
as
No.
champion.
no,
Why
Maybe
not?
as an Intercontinental or U.S. champion, but not a World champion.
You think it'll take away from something? If he was world champion?
I mean, I love Edge. Edge is in my top 10 of all time.
Hell yeah.
But
Hell yeah.
if we-
He's in everybody's.
Do that, huh?
He's on everybody's top 10. If somebody tells me he's
I
not
think it becomes
top 10,
kind of the thing we were complaining about with, like, we were complaining about Goldberg coming back. I know it's a little different, but is it? I mean, Edge is gonna be there every week, but still, it's just
But I
let's
think
build the
that's
new
the-
stars.
But I think that's the thing, though. He will be there every week. That's the thing. And plus, look at the current climate right now in WWE. Why not?
The problem is injuries, though, and let's be honest, how reliable is Edge? Look how many times he had to forfeit due to injury. Do you really want
That's
to put
true.
that on him now? He's 73.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I can
not
see
saying it
that.
needs to be a long run. I'm just saying I think the man deserves one more championship run as the rated R superstar. That's just my opinion.
Already a Hall of Famer.
Or I'm sorry, the rated R superstar.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's already a Hall of Famer. At the end of the day, he's already a
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. So you know.
I watched the other day and I can't believe they've actually made that a thing. Like the announcer now
What's
goes
that?
superstar. Why?
Yeah, I know.
Superstar.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, let's move on here to the next one. Here will be Miro and AEW situation. He signed a 4-year deal, but he's only been doing like one show per month. So what's the situation with that?
They might end up releasing him.
He ended up. Honestly, I think Lana's about to make an appearance.
She's gonna have to.
I think Lana's about to join him. They're building him to really take on the House of Black. There was a clip tonight. There was a promo tonight, a video package of him talking about the Mist gave him the power to defeat the House of Black, and Julia Hart tried to come convince him, and he said, "Only one woman is allowed to touch me." And every promo for the last couple of months has mentioned his wife. I think Lana is finally about to join him. She's been doing more podcast appearances. I think she's about to come back.
Do you guys think he's Miro's AEW's Killer Kross or Karrion Kross?
No, I don't. I like Karrion Kross, but
Miro's talented.
I think he's super talented. I think Miro is super talented. I think he still would be one of the most dominant TNT champions for AEW. And he's had some issues. He had injury too. You have to remember, and he hasn't come back from the injury.
Right.
Great.
But
I think he's going to end up building. Yeah. I think this feud with him and Malachi Black will build his traction back.
Yeah.
And
I think
honestly, I think it could do greatness for both of them.
Miro,
Black and Miro.
Yes, Black and Miro. But honestly, for this to work, Lana needs to come back and Miro needs to somehow turn face. I don't know how, but you need to go to like Rusev Day.
He easily can do it just by being Miro though. Like I don't even think he needs anything different to be a face. It's just him. He's so damn charismatic. And I think that's why he's not like Karrion. He's not like Kross because he has charisma.
Yeah,
he didn't have to change it. He didn't have to change his gimmick.
He doesn't really. He can still be the Redeemer, especially being the Redeemer and taking on the House of Black. It's not going to be easy or hard for him to come off as the good guy. So I think that would,
and maybe that's what it could be. Like he just goes out there and just fights heels. I mean, no reason or anything. You know, he just targets heels, and that's why he's
no reason.
The Redeemer for heels.
The guys who are bullying,
redeem them for their bad ways.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it's a lot of ways you can book him. I mean,
that'd be cool.
I mean, he's shown that he can be a bad guy. He's shown he can be a good guy. He's shown that he can do stuff in WWE. He's talented enough to do it.
He can do it all.
Yeah.
Like him and Aiden English. Oh my God.
They're both good.
Great.
They were so good together. If Aiden wasn't killing it on Impact commentary with Tom Phillips, like I would be, if I were Tony Khan, I'd be trying to get those two together.
True. But I mean, when he does come back, he's going to have to come back hard, and he's going to have to come back some kind of, way to get Black, because Black has been doing pretty good over in AEW with all his talent and stuff like that too. So,
and it'd be interesting to see how they bring back Lana too.
I think he takes out Brody King first. Brody just finished his feud with Darby. So the whole House of Black is pretty much free at this point from feuds to all be on this feud with Miro. So,
and all of those would be great matches. Murphy and Miro.
Oh my God, I'd even be good with Buddy Matthews versus Miro. Like
Buddy Matthews was already Murphy, but yeah.
I think, and like I said, I think it'd be interesting to see how they bring Lana back too.
And then again, I would love to. I think Lana and the girl in House of Black would be a great match because they're both Julia Hart. They're both they're not the best wrestlers, but they're athletic. They're good. Julia Hart's pretty good in the ring. Lana's not bad in the ring. They could probably put on a pretty good match.
But Lana's good at the mic.
God.
That's how you bring Lana back, Will. You have Julia Hart attack Miro, and he's not going to hit a woman. Somebody has
Right,
to.
right. And then
Fire.
Miro says, "I'm gonna get my girl on you," and there you go.
Ravishing Russian smacks the fuck out of you.
Yep. Amen.
Again, I apologize if y'all don't cuss on your shows. Like,
amen, Josie. Amen.
I cuss a lot on wrestling. I'm trying to.
What you drinking, Chris?
Gatorade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's good on the mic. She talks like 13 different languages.
Yeah.
And she got the look, so
yeah.
She got the look. So,
She's from Gainesville, Florida, so but that's beside the point. But bringing her back with Miro and them, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, to have them back together. I mean, they're already married in real life, so
He's another one too that, like, opposite of what y'all say about Kross. He's no good without Scarlett. Miro is good without Lana, but they're better together.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Well, Lana tells the story better.
Yeah.
When you get her on the mic,
it wasn't. When Rusev first came over and he didn't really speak great English, he needed him. But now he speaks amazing English. He's I would put him in top 10 of one of the better promo artists of our generation, or of this decade, not generation, decade.
Right.
But he's a good promoist, but him and Lana together are better.
I agree.
God, like I said, the only thing that would make that better is Lana, Aiden, and Miro all together. Yes.
Yeah. But he did sign a 4-year deal, and it won't expire until 2026 with AEW. And he'd be 37 years old when that hits final.
Still relatively young.
Yeah. Did y'all see today? He liked a tweet saying that he was being used better in WWE, which I call bullshit.
I do too.
I call absolute bull. Because I'm sorry, he barely held any title in WWE. Well, he was never more as a comedy wrestler in WWE. He
had that U.S. title run. He didn't get a tank entrance.
He had the U.S. title and the tag team run, but what do those really mean in WWE?
Nothing.
He came out on a tank. That was pretty dope.
I mean, I will tell you that the tank was dope. Tank was dope.
It got to a point that if you were over enough, Vince was going to put some money into your SummerSlam or your WrestleMania entrance. Obviously, with the New Day having one of the better entrances for the last 5 years. I'm just saying.
Yeah, true. That is true there.
Moki, I think that Vince kind of punished him for getting Rusev Day over as good
same thing with Cesaro in the Cesaro section.
Vince is petty, man. He's petty.
If he doesn't feel like you should be over,
he'll kill you.
Do everything to kill it.
Yep.
But we don't have the Vince era is over.
It's done.
Yes.
It's done. Thank goodness.
Obviously, we've been talking about it. Obviously, if you look at what's happened with Karrion Kross and Dijakovic, or in God, there's so many new people coming back. I can't.
And look, the thing with Vince, hey man, we appreciate everything that you did, but for the good that you did, you also did some bad.
They found more money
because of you. The territories died. Because of you, Cesaro never got over when he was over like Rover with the fans. So yeah, man, for all the good that he did, he also did a lot of bad too.
Yeah.
$5 million more.
Yep.
In payments.
Yeah, I swear. One of them chicks got to be Candice Michelle. I swear.
Definitely. Definitely.
Got to be Candice Michelle, man. Got to be.
I wouldn't be surprised if Michelle McCool's not on that list, but she's not going to say anything.
She ain't going to say nothing because of Taker. Yeah. She going to say nothing because of Taker. And Ashley Mysterio is no longer with us, so she can't talk, of course.
She's definitely on that list.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on here. Wyatt. Is Wyatt coming back to the WWE or AEW? Josie, and what kind of gimmick is coming?
This is Josie right here. Take it, Josie.
If you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, AEW, no question whatsoever. Now, he's going back to WWE. His character is made for WWE. He worked his character like Taker too. He's always in character. He's always the Fiend. He's always Bray Wyatt. He's meant for WWE. And now with it under the control of Triple H, like we've said, he will get the presentation and the matches that he was wanting. And honestly, you just look at what happened with Kevin Owens in 2 weeks. Kevin Owens is back to like KO, like stone cold Kevin Owens.
Yep.
And I think I've heard rumors that Dominic or Dijakovic is going to be going back to more of his NXT character. Bar, thank fuck. And then also they got rid of freaking Ezekiel. So I mean,
now the question is Triple H going to turn Baron Corbin back to the Baron Corbin of NXT?
Does it really?
I would
matter?
love to see the Lone Wolf.
Does it really matter?
Well, I mean, he's better. I mean, he's better as the Lone Wolf than he is now.
Do you want to see?
I despised him as the Lone Wolf in NXT, but you were supposed to, and he became Vince.
But he was another one. But he was another one. Another big man that got booked bad.
Vince turned him into such a joke. The Happy Corbin character is so bad. I hate it.
So bad, man. So bad.
And he has such a good moveset. I love his moveset.
I love his finisher. The End of Days is fucking sick.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
The question is, would Pat McAfee injured Baron Corbin, have him go away for about a month or so, and then have him rebook and repackage and have him come and destroy like the Lone Wolf supposed to be?
Have him come back as the Lone Wolf and continue that feud with McAfee. Like, that feud with McAfee was great. Have him come back as the Lone Wolf and attack McAfee one night at SmackDown when he's commentating and destroys him.
Could you do him? Could you do him like Mandy Rose, kind of reinvent him in NXT again if you chose to move him back down there?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't do that because I would keep him under wraps. I'll keep him under wraps and make him come back as the Lone Wolf. You don't want him to be advertised as the Lone Wolf down in NXT.
Agreed.
Have him come back as the Lone Wolf in WWE.
And even though Triple H is supposed to be turning NXT back similar to the Black and Gold, I think they're going to stay with the 2.0 type of style and look.
Need to quit that.
And the Lone Wolf does not match.
They need to quit that. This 2.0 stuff.
You brought up Mandy Rhodes though. Did anybody see that bump she took last night?
When I finished, oh my god!
Oh my god! That
I saw that
head to the. I don't think that was planned. I think that was a botch.
Yeah.
I don't think the title was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Man, that title did not bend at all.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 belts. Them things are heavy and they don't feel good.
So
now the
Bray Wyatt thing. So I think even with the old NXT, one thing about Triple H and like it was more wrestling based. With Bray Wyatt, he needs to be more sports entertainment based. I never once thought he was going to go to AEW just because Tony Khan has said he doesn't care for that kind of stuff. I still think, like, deep down, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bray Wyatt go to Impact. That fits perfectly in the Impact world.
Ooh.
Impact can't pay him enough.
That's what I was going to say. He probably can't make the money that he would.
Impact is not. He'll stay making movies.
Impact need a TV deal.
Yes.
A solid TV deal. Same with RH.
Because I've said this on our show 1,000 times. If Impact had a good TV deal, they could be fighting AEW for the number 2 company,
number 2 spot
in the US. Because right now, honestly, pre Triple H and everything else, Impact was putting out the best product.
Oh yeah, they had like great wrestling.
Great wrestling,
great storylines. The balance is perfect. Like you get a lot of in-ring storytelling, you still get the backstage segments.
Yep.
Like my issue with WWE is I felt like there's too much non-wrestling.
Yes.
My issue with AEW is I feel like there's not enough storytelling. Like, and I love storytelling matches more than most, but I still wish they didn't do all their storytelling on BT.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't watch BT.
Real quick.
I've never talked to you before, so I just have a question for you. I brought this up before. I think the thing with AEW is they don't let any of their storylines breathe. Like they just go segment by segment. Like tonight, I think it was after the Andrade match. The match ended. Then they did the Young Bucks segment. Then they did the Miro segment. And there was another one too that was like right before. And it was like back to back, all within the, before a commercial break. I think that hurts AEW a lot too on their storylines.
I agree. And I mean, as much as I love a great long-term story, and I'm not saying AEW is not pretty good at the long drawn storyline, they are, but not every storyline needs to have long-term booking. Like, you can have the 3 to 6 month storyline that's just all right.
Hey Ray, you remember back in the day? You remember back in the day we had storylines that lasted and went a whole year. Back in the day,
yeah.
We had storylines that went a whole year.
And you've seen that now with AEW. You've seen the 1 year, 2 year, even you're getting some like with the Young Bucks and everything. This is a 3 year with the Young Bucks and Paige. That's a 3-4 year storyline going on. And but I feel like they need to do more. And I've said this on our show a couple of times. I hope that these promotions of Dutt and Pat Buck and Tony Schiavone and QT Marshall more into the creative area will help, because Tony has great ideas, and I'm not saying he doesn't, even though I'm hearing rumors that he's getting a little bit of a big head and getting a little bit unruly backstage.
Right.
But I'm sorry, no one person can run creative for an entire wrestling company. It just doesn't work like that. Not for a nationally televised company like AEW.
Right.
And piggyback off your year-long storylines and stuff like that, back in the 80s when Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and all of them, where they were throwing that storyline, but the way they did it was very creative, because they used Magnum TA at one point. They used the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez at one point. They used Jimmy Boogie Woogie Valiant at one point, the Rock and Roll Express at one point. And it was just a mixture of that thing. And then when it all paid off with Nikita Koloff and all them turning helping Dusty Rhodes out.
It was also different back then when you had the territories and they were only doing shows every 2 weeks to a month. And
storylines doing shows every couple of days.
Yeah, but the storylines would change. Like I said, Roman Reigns is at his limit. He's not gonna pass anybody else on the list, because the next person's like 1,500 days.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna keep the belt on him that long. So honestly, I think the list needs to be scrapped. Like, those guys need to be put in like those 5 guys, retire the list and say greatest champions of all time. No one will ever hold the titles that long again, and put Roman at the top and start a new list. That's personally just my opinion. Just because you're never going to have guys come along and beat the Bruno Sammartino record. Like, it's never going to happen.
Right. It's just, things like that, having to hold the belt for a long time. Now, the tag team belts, Usos got them. Who's going to split those tag team belts apart? Because I know the unified belts are not going to be.
I would have said the Street Profits, but I think they're about to break them up.
Yep. They're about to break them up. Oh boy, Montez Ford about to turn single.
That motherfucker deserves a championship.
He about to turn singles.
A singles title on his waist.
That dude's got big too, man. He put on a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah, he's got to the point where he's getting like, the other dude is chunkier, but like he got some muscle too now.
So they split the Street Profit out. So who? What other tag teams we have there?
I'm gonna take it back and piggyback on something we said earlier. Edge and Rey Mysterio, pairing back up.
It'd be a good feel-good story.
And if you're not going to give him another title, if you're not going to give him another main title run, them tag together, their tag title run was great. I loved them together. Make another one of that. I'd be okay with that.
It'd be a good feel-good story for them to do it one more time. Good feel-good story for both of them.
Okay, now the stable of Baileys and Dakota Kai and come back and stuff. Yeah. So y'all feel about that?
I love
it. It's good to see Bailey back. as good as I still think she's hurt. Because she hasn't really done any action since she's been back, so I still think she's recovering.
She's
but I
got
like
to
the
be in a
move.
match at Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, but I like the move of her coming back. I like that.
Well, and here's another example. This was a group that Vince passed on. Said no.
Mhm.
Yep.
Triple H
said yes.
Said yes.
I ain't know Dakota
Also,
Kai
the Bailey
fan,
turn, or the not the
I'm
Bailey.
with you on that, Will.
Not the Bailey turn. Becky Lynch turn was all Triple H too because he listened to the fans.
I'm just not a Dakota Kai fan. That's my.
I agree with you on that, Will.
Business. That's the only thing. Her look.
I don't hate her, but
yeah. She barely can talk. She's all right in the ring. She's not anything special in the ring. I mean, she's just average to me.
Who are you talking about?
Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai.
Average.
Dakota to me reminded me a lot of Bailey. And I think under the tutelage of Bailey, she could break out. Bailey always, out of the 4 horsewomen, she was the bottom to me.
If you did it with Liv Morgan, you could possibly do it with her.
But what did they do with Liv Morgan though?
Man, they need to turn Liv Morgan heel. I've been saying that past couple weeks. Turn her heel. You might as well. Sure, they getting booed. They booed the hell out of her on Friday.
Yeah, they booed her because of what she did, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, and then when she lost the match, everybody knew it's a bunch of BS. Everybody knew it was a BS match. And I agree with Josie. It was really the only way that she could have won. But at the same point, you got to book your champion strong.
Right.
You got to book your champion strong. You can't book them to look weak. Because when you look weak, look what happened. The fans turn on you. And the fans turned on her. I thought you might as go ahead and turn her heel. That way she can start winning by cheating. And then you can take the belt off her. Because I think Shayna Baszler's about to beat her for the belt.
I hope so.
Me too.
I would love
that. That's definitely a Triple H thing there because know he's a big Shayna fan.
Yeah,
Baszler is great.
She's good.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree. She should have been champion already.
She's getting better. She's getting better behind the mic from what I've seen. I hope she beats Liv. I hate to see Liv as a transitional champion, but that's what she is.
She shouldn't.
Yeah, you do that.
How about Baszler? How about Baszler and Ronda Rousey teaming up together? Because they've been teasing that a couple of times.
I'm still mad that we never got the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen. Like I always wanted the 4 horsewomen in wrestling versus the 4 horsewomen in MMA. I always wanted that match.
Have you seen Marina Shafir wrestle though?
I mean, she's not doing bad in AEW. Shit. Now I can't think of it. Who they got her partnered with? But
exactly,
it's not Kate. It's not Kate. It's not Kate, is it?
No, it's the girl who slap chopped me. Will.
Oh,
can't think of. She's trans as well.
Okay. Oh, you talking about
her name?
Rose.
Yeah, Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose. Yeah.
They got her. I mean, she's not amazing, but I never thought Bailey was that great. Out of the 4, Bailey was the bottom of my list.
I can't say that. Ooh, I can't.
It was Charlotte and Sasha, and then with the I would have said Becky was right there with Bailey a couple of years ago, but the leaps and bounds Becky has made with the man character and all that.
But that's not Bailey's fault that she got hurt, though.
No, I'm not saying it is her fault, but also it was the bubbly nature of Bailey. I never took her seriously as a heel.
I don't
really.
Never.
She did a great job.
I thought she did. I thought she's a fantastic. I think she's a fantastic heel. Oh my god!
With the haircut, like she just changed everything.
With the little I hate school teacher's haircut and
it looks like Karen.
She looked like
Exactly.
a Karen, man. She like Karen.
So how do you bring? I know there have been rumors about Sasha Banks and Naomi coming back to WWE. How do you bring them back?
Man.
Well, with this tag title tournament, it's going to end up. They're going to end up showing up once they try to crown the new tag title champions.
Do you put the belt back? Do you put the belt back on them? No.
Yes.
Oh,
you would?
Yes.
You would?
What team is
You
better?
need to.
My only thing is, do you take this chance to elevate two people new, or do you go back to what it was before they suspended?
I don't. I mean, have you seen the brackets for the women's tag title tournament? Some of the teams are jokes. Like there's like some of the pairings are jokes. There's no one strong in WWE to hold those titles better than Sasha and Naomi.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what, Nikita Lyons and somebody's on there. Like,
yeah, Nikita Lyons. She ain't ready for the main roster.
She is not ready for the main roster.
She ain't ready for the main roster yet. You
that
saw her
booty is.
You saw you saw her botched the other night in the corner.
Oh my gosh, she got stuck. Like,
yeah,
what was that?
She got stuck. Yeah. She got stuck, man.
Tamina's in the tournament, and like, don't get me wrong, I love Tamina, but she's horrible.
Nah, man.
They put Alexa Bliss with Naomi and Banks and go up against Bailey's team.
They've got Alexa Bliss with
I'm sick of Bliss.
Bianca and Asuka.
Bliss and Bianca and Asuka.
Yeah.
Team, which I don't understand.
I don't get that either.
I just don't understand that pairing.
Because it seemed to me,
I get the
Alexa and Asuka had nothing else to do. That's it. That's the only reason. There's no logic behind it.
Yeah, because it seemed to me
would have actually made sense to bring Naomi and Sasha back for that feud.
I mean, because to me, it seems like Bliss would just turn on Bianca and say, "I want my title back," and then they go at it, and then they go for broke.
Right.
Not that I like Bliss, but can't stand Bliss.
I don't understand your hatred for Alexa Bliss. I think
look, anybody's wedding that gets national coverage. Her wedding got national coverage. She's not all that, man.
It didn't get national coverage because of her. Her husband is more famous than she is.
Look,
who's her husband?
Yeah,
Ryan Cabrera.
What a music producer.
Yeah.
I just don't like Bliss. Her and Carmella just don't do nothing for me.
All right. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to the spotlight wrestler of the night, be Larry Henning. The Axe.
Ooh, Kurt Henning's daddy.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and start it off with him?
Ooh, my goodness, Larry, man. Ooh, I remember some of his early day matches. Great competitor. Yeah, he was Larry the Axe Henning was awesome, man. You got to go back. There's some old matches of him on YouTube that you can go check him out. He was a tremendous wrestler. I liked him a whole heck of a lot during a time that I shouldn't have. But I really like Larry. I really liked him when I saw him, and he kind of grew on me from there. And then Kurt came out, and you see where Kurt, got all his skills and everything from. So the Axe is awesome, man. If you haven't seen him wrestle yet, definitely take the time to look him up. He was awesome.
The best one is the Road Warrior versus Kurt and Larry Henning together in AEW. Mm-hmm. That was one of the greatest brutal matches, and I've seen some quotes about Road Warrior Animal when he said that when he wrestled Henning, he had to prepare himself because he almost got the double. He got the double axe handle, almost took his head off a couple times.
He was tough, man. That's the thing with Larry. He was tough. He didn't no bones about it. He was tough.
Yeah,
Larry back in the day. If you didn't get a chance to go see him wrestle, definitely see him wrestle. Definitely go see him wrestle on YouTube.
Yeah, you get a couple of you can get the Road Warrior matches, 13 minutes and 17 seconds of that Road Warrior match with them in there. And then Road Warrior also said that he was the first Road Warrior eventually because he's how tough he was and stuff like that in the old days. So he started out in 1963 and he left the AEW stint to Texas territories while touring Texas. So he was in that Texas area all them tough Texans and stuff like that. So,
I mean,
we and Will have talked about that. Because I'm from Texas originally. We've talked about the almost strong style that exists in Texas wrestling.
Almost. Bruh.
I mean, it's
go
not
back. Go back.
Yes.
Go watch ACW. That whole Joshi division in ACW was built off that strong style. It was built off of it. Rachel Sumlin is still a legend down in ACW. Still a legend. She's been retired for years, got a kid and everything. That strong style of wrestling is what a lot of ladies' bread and butter. Go look at Japan.
You're fired.
Go look at Japan. Go look at Japan. Strong style wrestling rules, man.
Yeah.
No, what I was saying though is what you're getting now is still a version of strong style, but it's not the New Japan strong style.
No.
Getting in Texas.
No.
Time of Larry Henning.
Yeah. What part of Texas?
Originally, I grew up in Houston, but I was living in Austin before I moved.
This joker here about everything Houston, man. Everything. He look, Joseph T. The Texans are gonna win it all. The Texans are gonna win it all. And they no hell no, they ain't gonna win it all.
No, my Astros are gonna win it all.
Astros, man, but them Texans ain't gonna win nothing.
Texans and the Rockets aren't doing shit for the next 10 years.
Nope.
Yeah.
They stuck. But yeah, Larry the accent was amazing, tough man. Like I said, if you get a chance to go see some of his matches on YouTube, man, go do it.
Yeah, him and Dusty Rhodes had some good matches too.
Yep.
In the tag team world.
Bad match.
Not really. I mean,
not really. Dusty's never really had a bad match. And if he did, it was probably doing his WWF run. If he had it. Because I can't think of any bad matches he had in NWA.
See, the WWE run, man, he was the only one who could pull them polka dots off. I'm sorry.
Hey, you remember he had Sapphire with him?
Yeah, and then $1 Million Man turned her.
Yep, turned her. Yep,
That's why she left. That's why she left her.
Yeah.
Everybody got a price.
But
now they got a price.
But I mean, they wanted somebody to wear polka dots in WWE, and the only person who could really pull it off was Dusty Rhodes.
And he did it too. He did it
too. Make a dream, baby.
Make a dream, baby. Did the road, American dream, baby.
Him and Ric Flair had one of the best promos, though.
Oh no, so in the early days of mine and Will's wrestling show, we did a contest on best promos ever. Dusty Rhodes' Hard Times promo won out.
Shit,
second to Ric Flair's
Still
Four Horsemen promo.
Still the best. Hard times, baby. Hard times.
I would not disagree.
Hey, I'm saying, I go say in front
promo of all time.
I go say in front. So far for this year, the best two promos so far for this year, MJF, Roman Reigns, Austin Theory.
Hands down.
Roman Reigns, Austin Theory, best two. I swear. Yo, daddy ain't here no more.
Will thinks that Roman Reigns, Austin Theory one is the best just for the your daddy ain't here no more.
No more.
And then I'm sorry, but WWE gonna be getting some new fans with that shirt that says "Your Tribal Daddy."
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah. They go get some more. They go get some more. I mean, I'm tired of the bloodline. I think they need to end that. But some of the merch they got out is fire. I ain't gonna see in front.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I heard they could probably be adding more members to the bloodline.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or Tamina is like the only one you could really do.
Yeah, Naomi makes sense.
There's been talk about
or Solo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's talk about their little brother.
Yeah,
bringing him in from NXT. There's talk about bringing in if Naomi comes back, possibly bringing her in, and. I mean, honestly, Rikishi's in a legend contract. You could bring him in as a valet.
You could.
You know, one thing that was put around with Rikishi was he was going to come back and they were going to boot Roman Reigns out of the bloodline.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Because they're rumored that Triple H wants to turn Roman Reigns good, back to a good person, not a heel.
No, you can't. Like, I get that he's getting cheered, but it only works because he's a heel.
It's too late to turn. It's too late to turn him
No.
face again. Way too late. You gotta keep him as heel.
Best
There's
promo
no
so
other-
far is Cody Rhodes' return to WWE. Bull. I'm sorry, no. MJF beats that promo. The
Cody's
MJF
promo
pipe
was
bomb.
good. It was just the moment
It was
of Cody
good.
returning.
It was a good promo, but MJF's pipe bomb is
Yeah, that was the best
on
one.
level with CM Punk pipe bomb.
I give him
It was
that. That's the best one of the year so far as in
CM Punk's pipe bomb is overrated. I don't care what anybody says. That whole moment was overrated.
Ooh,
No,
I don't know
care.
about all that. Oh,
Yes, it was not as groundbreaking as we make it out to be.
Only because he didn't end up having the career that we all thought he was going to have at that point because he ended up
No,
leaving
even at that
WWE.
moment, it didn't really set up to like. That's honestly an overrated experience to me. Like that match with Cena was not a 5-star classic. The ending was cool, when he blew Vince a kiss, and then they blew it by bringing it back a week later. That was dumb.
Yeah. But
I love Damien.
sons are overrated. But anyway, yeah, I mean, to some point, how does Triple H and Stephanie McMahon turn this WWE into a better product than what it has been in the last 5 or 6 years?
I mean, I think they're doing it. I think they're doing it. I think they're doing it the right way too. Nothing. You didn't want to do anything drastic and like try and bring it back to its heyday right away. These little nuggets, the bringing in the Karrion Kross, and from what you're hearing, he's working. I'm not just talking about him, but bringing back all his NXT guys. There's already been rumor that Michaels is reaching out to Gargano. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, man, Adam Cole's got to be like, fuck.
He's
waited
sick.
6 months.
He's sick right now. He's sick.
You think so though? He's with his friends.
I mean, that's probably the only. He might be one of them that's not because he's with some of his best friends.
I think
But if I were guys
he's not
like,
gonna get the title in AEW.
If I was like Cesaro, he could have probably gotten over now in WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Vince gone. Yeah.
I think the one thing too we haven't talked about was like a little moment on Raw, like seeing a car crash, and we had no idea what was going on with that. And then at the end of the show, that brief Dexter Lumis cameo, like little moments like that is
all of that will no, Damien. No, it will not happen. No.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen. No
he
time.
Will retire AEW.
Nope. He retire AEW. He ain't coming back.
He will retire AEW.
He burned that bridge.
Yeah. They both burned that bridge. Like it was exploded, it was rebuilt, and then blown up again.
Yep. He ain't coming back. That's done. That's done.
All of Raw the other night, the only reason wrestlers were in backdrops when Vince was in control is if Vince wanted them there. But we all know that the wrestlers hang out backstage and they talk and they chill and they do all this stuff. And it was very nice to see those natural actions on Raw. AJ walking through the interview was nice. Like the little, like you were saying, Chris, the little seeing the car wrecked in the back, and then several minutes later, ignore him. We always
he said the best move was the stinger splash.
I'm not gonna argue that though. I love
but seeing the car in the back, and then 10-15 minutes later, they're in another promo with Alexa Bliss and Bayley, and you see the security guards getting the car towed, and then they run past Bliss, and she reacts, and then 5 minutes later, they're out there and they're arresting this guy, and all of a sudden it's Dexter fucking Lumis. And all of that was just so great. Like it just seemed more natural.
So let me ask Josie a question, because Josie has been against. I ain't gonna say he didn't say against, but Josie's been like watching more AEW. Is now that Vince is gone, are you gonna switch that up and start watching Raw?
Oh, I already have. I told you on our show last night, I actually was upset Monday about missing Raw. It was probably the first time in years years
That you
that
wanna
I was
see it.
upset about missing a WWE programming that wasn't a pay-per-view.
Right.
It was. I'm excited to watch WWE programming again because it's the same reason I do like watching AEW. Surprises can happen at any time.
Yeah.
And with Triple H in charge, surprises can happen at any time.
Yeah. And like,
what's the next
matches were just
surprise?
better.
What's gonna be the next surprise that's gonna happen then?
I could see, like we've talked about, he's been in contact with a lot of people as far as the NXT releases. I think Gargano could be one. I honestly thought there was a chance Ciampa was taking that U.S. title from Lashley.
I was going to say
thought
that
it was going
too.
to happen.
Yeah.
And they did a great job. That was just a great match too.
Such a great match.
That was a great
And
match.
nobody lost anything.
The promo that Ciampa cut.
Oh, the Harley Race one?
My God, it was so good.
Yeah, what's the him and Miz, Ciampa and Miz? That pairing.
It's a weird.
It's gonna
team.
break
It's
up
a-
now.
It's
It's
a
gonna break
weird-
up now.
It's a weird team, and I don't think it's gonna stay together either.
Honestly, if they're bringing Gargano back, the Gargano Ciampa feud needs to happen on the main roster. We were talking about this on Fight Night last night, Will.
Right.
It's never happened on the main roster. It is NXT's best feud of all time. Like, those guys put on some banger of a matches.
Do you have it be a feud or do you bring it back as DIY? Because that moment came up when when he put Bobby into Gargano Escape. Corey like, do it yourself. Shout out to DIY, basically. I think you could bring him back and have him turn on
I would
Miz.
love to see a return of DIY and then hold off that feud for a year.
Yeah, like you don't have to.
If you do bring back DIY, if you do, maybe that's how you break up him and the Miz. The Miz turns on Ciampa. Ciampa brings back his old buddy. They reform DIY. Miz could tag with anybody, so you let them stomp out Miz and whoever he picks for that match, and then you got DIY. Let them hold the titles again, and then give us that freaking feud, because like I said, Ciampa and Gargano put on some of the most insane matches that you've ever seen. If you've not seen their matches from NXT, you have to go back and watch them.
And Larry Nidas was going to be fired once Vince was gone.
I'm surprised it took this long. I'm surprised they put him on leave and paid him for 2 months.
Kevin Dunn still there?
Yes.
Kevin Dunn and Bruce Pritchard
are both still there. Mm-hmm.
They're gone. They got to be gone soon.
I'm surprised it's not happened.
Yep. They still on the payroll.
How about Gargano's wife? And I know they were talking about if he's coming back with her. So
I mean, I think yes. Again, that's why I kind of lean towards the way, because them together.
I mean, bring her back, but do they have to necessarily be together? I mean, you can acknowledge it. Look at Bianca and Montez; they really don't interact, but we know.
They do it when they go out to do the little special events and stuff like that.
They like being a team.
Yeah.
They like being. They are an actual intergender wrestling. They like intergender wrestling together.
Yeah.
They like.
Well, I mean, I guess if you did that though, and with our thought earlier, you could have Miz and Maurice against Gargano and Candice.
Man, don't even get me started. I don't, man.
I mean, make DIY a trio.
Anytime you get a chance,
make Candice their manager.
Anytime you get a chance to see Maurice, I'm taking it.
That outfit she wore at SummerSlam.
Oh my gosh, that SummerSlam outfit. Oh my goodness. Woo!
Now there's some reports that Logan Paul, that they're gonna try to make Logan Paul world heavyweight title for WWE.
That's Josie's guy.
I wouldn't say guy, and I always will have issue with part-timers holding championships. I'll always have issue with that. Now, I will say, as far as celebrities coming in and wrestling, Logan has done it better than I have seen since Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny was the best one that I'd seen and probably ever do it.
Yeah.
But again, and I've said this again thousands of times, Miz what? Who the hell is this dude? What?
Maurice can't wrestle. What?
I might give you a little bit on that Maurice. She's not
I give you
greatest.
nothing on Maurice. Nah,
The
she's a former
Miz
champion.
is
You need
one
to
of the
stop.
best in-ring technicians.
Maurice is a former champion with the best DDT you'll ever see from.
Oh man, that French kiss was. Whew.
Yes, sir. You ain't going out on Maurice like that.
She uses her boobs to knock people out now.
Come here.
But
Hey, she can do it. You know, she can run into him and hit him with the boobs, and that's it.
Yep.
But Logan is super talented, and I was the first one that was saying this whole thing with him and his brother becoming boxers was bullshit. But they put in the work.
Yeah.
They went to the camps. They trained.
Yeah,
they
they did.
became good professional boxers. And I'm sorry, that frog splash that Logan Paul pulled on the Miz off the table was one of the better ones I've seen from pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like that was up there with like Edge and Mysterio and Eddie doing that. Like, I'm sorry, Logan had Eddie form in that frog splash off the top.
Well, you know, AJ Styles trained him.
Yeah, and I mean,
Didn't he train
AJ
Umos too?
after AJ finally does leave the ring, AJ needs to go somewhere and coach or open his own school. Like, you can tell the man is a good teacher. Like, he's a great.
Didn't he train Omos too?
Yes.
I'm sure.
I thought he did.
He's still training Omos.
Guys like that too.
I thought he was.
You know, MVP saying he's training them and all that, but he's not. AJ's still training them.
But yeah, I think I don't know if Logan needs a world title. I don't know if I agree with that. I'm not a big fan of part-timers, and he's always going to be a part-timer holding titles. He's only going to come around for like Manias and SummerSlams and maybe some big Raws or SmackDowns, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Is Brock Lesnar gone?
You'll probably see him at Royal Rumble.
Y'all think Brock gone for real?
I do.
You think Brock's gone now?
I think Brock, the way that SummerSlam ended, I think Brock is done. I think they induct him this next year.
I don't know about that part. Well, it depends on who.
That's how they tend to put a cap on careers now.
It depends though on like who else they can get to induct. But Brock is gonna go in. He's a headliner.
Yeah, he gonna go in. He gonna go in regardless. Yeah. And the Hall of Fame itself is a show. So
yeah, it's all it is a show.
It's a show. So they're gonna put him in eventually. He'll be in eventually.
Now, do you think Triple H and them will decide to build the Hall of Fame here? Because there have been rumors that Triple H wants to build a Hall of Fame in Orlando, Florida.
I think Orlando is going to end up being, in some point in the next 5 to 10 years, they're going to end up moving the WWE headquarters to Orlando. Like everything is based out of that area now. For them, they tend to do most of their. I mean, they do most of the business out of the Performance Center now. And I think the only thing that was holding them in Connecticut in Stamford was Vince. I don't think anybody else wants to be there. There's no point to be in Connecticut anymore.
It's cold.
The hub for wrestling as a whole in the United States, as much as it pains me to say this, is Florida.
They can move in.
I mean, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H supposedly have a house in Florida.
Oh, they do.
So
Triple H is at the Performance Center every week.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think what's in Connecticut. Nothing. Heck, they're gonna end up moving ESPN.
Rich people.
Yep, that's about it. They're gonna end up moving ESPN too because it's cold in Connecticut.
I've been up there. I've been to the headquarters of WWE.
Hey.
I say you shut down the headquarters or you make it into like a museum. Don't sell it. Keep it. Like it's still history for the WWE.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they need. I think it's time for them to move their headquarters to Florida. Personally.
Only thing they got to do is worry about rain.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours from where I live at, so that'd be kind of awesome for me.
Rainstorms.
So
it's about 8 hours from me. That's all good.
Yeah, I'm 5 hours from Atlanta, so
I'm 2 hours from Atlanta.
I'm 5 hours from Atlanta and 2 hours from Orlando, and the Performance Center is huge, man. That thing is huge.
I heard it's state of art from what The Rock was saying.
Oh, it is.
State of art.
It's got everything inside. It's got them where they can do their own promo, practice their own promo, practice in the ring. Sometimes they do have people, tours. You pay about $4,000 to make a tour of it.
Hey, Chris, let me borrow 4,000. I'm gonna do that tour real quick. Chris, let me borrow 4,000. Cuz.
Shit.
You borrow 4,000. Come on, Chris. I'm good for it, Chris. Let me borrow 4,000.
Yeah, they let you go in there and cut your own promo and stuff.
I know that's why, Chris.
Yeah, they let you cut your own promo, get your picture with the titles, and meet some couple superstars here and there. But, I want to get in the ring with one though.
I still want that yellow. I still want that yellow IC title.
The yellow one.
I want the yellow one. Mm-hmm. You remember the yellow IC title?
I'm trying to remember it.
You remember that yellow IC title?
Yeah.
It's kind of old school.
Oh yeah.
Who held it?
I think Warrior had it once. Hold on.
I don't know who held that one. Here.
Yeah, you're right. Warrior had it. Okay.
Yeah, Warrior had it. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's the one I want. That thing look good.
Yeah, they got all kinds of things. Yeah, the Ultimate Warrior. Let's see here. I think that's the only one, right?
I think Warrior was the only one who really held it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Held it for a long period of time anyway. Everybody else was like short runs.
Because I think he's the one that turned it yellow.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we got all this stuff. We got Vince McMahon gone now. WWE's turning into a new turn leash here. So Stephanie McMahon and Khan coexisting. You think that's going to work?
I think it's more Stephanie running things than Khan.
I think what's probably happening is Stephanie is probably running more of the wrestling side of it, and Khan is probably running more of the business. You have to remember, WWE is not just a wrestling company, even though they are going away from sports entertainment, more back to wrestling. Oh, and Chris, I wanted to say, Triple H has said he wants to go more to the AEW New Japan style and get away from the sports entertainment style, which I think is where we're heading if you watched what we've seen. But I think because Khan has experience, they also have movies, they have a record label, they have all kinds of other stuff that they're involved in. And at some point, Triple H is gonna want to get back to the expansion of the NXTs that he was working on.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah. I mean, we were getting NXT Japan.
Yeah.
So
we tried to get NXT on every continent, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was what was discussed a couple of years ago. And I mean, NXT India happened, started in nothing. So I think at some point you're going to see that. I think you're going to see Stephanie more on the wrestling side of the company and Nick control more of the other side of the company. And Will, up until just a month ago, I was saying they were selling. I don't say that anymore.
Yep.
Are we going to see more people? Are we going to see?
And plus, I think they were unhappy with the way Stephanie was doing business.
Yeah.
That's why they made that switch to Khan. So yeah, I think she's gonna run more of the wrestling, and he's gonna run more of the business side of it. I still think Vince is gonna have a say so. I don't think so. He'll have his opinion go through Stephanie, and whether Stephanie takes advantage of it or not is up to her. But I still think he's gonna say something here and maybe put a bug in there or something like that. You don't think so?
I don't think so, because if they find out that he's still, I realize he's still a shareholder, but if it comes out that he's still working behind the scenes and doing things, WWE could get.
I'm not saying he's going. I'm not saying he's running.
Even if it's just him, on the phone, if that stuff were to come out, maybe it's not illegal, but
Right.
it's going to cause more issue.
I'm not saying that he's gonna. I'm
The
not
whole
saying.
reason of getting him to step down was to avoid all the dark clouds.
I understand
that's
that,
over
but I'm
business.
just saying. But I'm just saying. I think he's gonna, when he sees something, he's gonna say something to his daughter, and whether his daughter take advantage of it or not is on her. But I still
I
think
think
he's gonna
more
say
than
it.
not, they're going to ignore it.
Yeah. I think so too, more often than not. But I still think he's gonna say something.
I have a question for y'all. Oh, go ahead. Ray. Sorry.
Well, Vince McMahon right now is being rumored that he's at his family's property in North Carolina.
And I'm also understanding that him and Linda are split.
Oh, from what I've heard for years.
Yeah. I thought that was a thing before, though. I feel like it was
I've heard
well known.
rumors that Triple H and Stephanie aren't necessarily on the greatest of terms. So
Wow.
Where does Shane play any role in anything anymore?
no,
Nah, he done.
nothing.
He
And
done.
from what happened, from what I heard after the Rumble incident, Vince put him on a blacklist.
And
Said,
then he have it, and then he running his own business back in what you call it
he
anyway?
became a CEO for another communication.
Another communication company. Yeah.
Went back to doing what he was doing when he left WWE the first time.
Mhm.
But from what I heard, the Rumble incident when he got all hissy and everything, Vince blacklisted him and said he would never be involved in anything WWE ever again. I don't know what the status is between him and H and Shane and Stephanie. I don't think Shane ever comes back to WWE.
I think he's done. He's done.
He just doesn't have the interest like Stephanie does.
You put him in a hall?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shane?
Yes.
You got to put Shane in.
Honestly,
Do you
If
put
you
Vince in?
well, that's what I was gonna say, Ray. If Vince doesn't end up in jail or in court before Mania this year, you might see him get inducted next year.
I know you got to put Shane in. Shane's done too much.
The thing on Vince, though, would he accept it? Because, he's always been, don't even mention my name in the Hall of Fame.
And who would induct him? Pat Patterson?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold.
Be cool.
I would say Stephanie.
That'd be cool.
I think Stone Cold would. If you induct him, you don't induct him as Vince McMahon chairman. You induct him as
a performer. Yeah.
As the character. And
Yeah.
as the character.
How about you just induct the whole McMahon family?
I mean, yeah.
Because
If you're
wanting
wanting to do it as like for the WWE, you just induct the McMahon family.
Because they've all been
induct Vince.
They've all been in the ring.
Induct him as a performer.
They've all been in the ring. And
Let's not talk about Linda being in the ring ever.
Yeah, let's not.
You miss Linda.
Linda does not induct Vince, Damien. Linda has said she will never, ever, ever step foot on a WWE screen ever again.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
good for us.
She's political career. That's where
those aspirations got to be over at this point. Like,
and then she doing all this her political career for Trump or part of his party.
She was his small business advisor when in his cabinet, and now runs something for his reelection campaign.
She's not divorced from.
No,
I know they've been separated. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, especially with all this stuff coming on.
There's a meme out there with where Linda McMahon having a Tinder profile. That was funny as crap. That was funny as crap when I saw that.
Yeah, she was actually born in New Bern, North Carolina, and they met at Eastern Carolina. That's where he went. That's where Vince went to school at ECU. So him and Sandra Bullock are the big alumni that come out of ECU.
Man, real quick, I'm gonna take it back to Impact for 1 second. So she's talking about the elder statement, ladies. You know who I miss, and judge who I'm about to say. I miss Dixie Carter.
Doing what?
I miss Dixie Carter.
He likes her as a MILF.
Oh yeah, she's very attractive.
She ain't ugly now. Yeah, but anything else,
that woman, I say right here, right now, is never allowed to touch any wrestling product ever again.
Okay, Josie, you're booking a wrestling thing. Who would you take?
Do that, man.
Who would you take, Dixie or Vince Russo?
Ooh. I'm gonna have to go Vince Russo on that for real.
Cornette.
Really?
Cornette.
No.
You can't stand Jim Cornette.
Cornette's not an option.
Joseph's never liked Jim Cornette.
I
Never,
can't
ever,
stand
ever.
Jim Cornette.
Since we've known
I
each other,
can't
Joseph's
stand that
never liked Vince
I
Cornette.
think the thing on
Never,
Cornette
ever.
is a lot of stuff
never,
Cornette
ever.
says is right, but how he says it is what's wrong.
My thing is what I have issue again, trans person. He's transphobic. He's homophobic. He even has some racist tendencies. I can't stand the man. That's a hard choice. I think both of them fucked wrestling. Like Russo
My only
and
issue
Carter.
with Jim.
The thing about Carter is Carter had some good moments in Impact. Vince Russo is just stupid.
That's why I picked Vince.
That's
why I picked Vince
worst
Russo.
ideas ever.
Because if you go back and look at what Dixie did, she had some very good moments over in TNA. But
there was a time that they were actually competitive with Raw on Monday night.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was all Dixie. Dixie's a hell of a businesswoman.
And honestly,
what never should have became an on-screen character.
What hurt her was bringing in Bischoff and Russo and Hogan.
You remember she brought in.
That's when that company died. Is when
she brought in Hardy,
Hogan and Bischoff came in.
She brought in Hardy. She brought in Hardy. That was cool. Kind of cool. See Hardy.
I mean, I agree with that. There, Damien actually said something I agree with. Anything's better than Eric Bischoff.
Heck yeah.
He's another one. He's going off the deep end like Cornette.
Hey. My thing with Cornette though is not so much what Josie is saying. My issue with Cornette is the fact that he hasn't changed with the times yet. He's still living back in the days of those old territories. That's my issue with him.
That's
my issue.
That's Russo. That's Pritchard. That's all those guys are like that, and they're never going to change.
See, and you can't be like that in this business because everything evolves, everything changes. You can't be like that. That's like being in a cell phone game. You just can't be back in the days of the Razor. You got to move over with these Note 20s and Note 20 and the 22 Ultras. You got to move up because things evolve, things change. And that's my issue with Cornette. He stays in that one spot right there, and he doesn't evolve or see the game for what it is today. It's changed.
I mean, everything changes in wrestling. I mean, storylines and stuff like that. Now, do we see since Triple H took over, do we see the blood come back into WWE?
I think you're gonna, especially if they're really gonna start pushing this TV 14.
Depends what it is.
I think you're gonna start seeing some blood, some bleeding. Now, I will say, when we came on earlier before the show, I was finishing up AEW and I mentioned it. Moxley bleeds in every match now. And I love it.
Aggravating.
I love Mox, but it's too much. It's just there's no point. There's no on tonight's show. Moxley bled, Jericho bled, Darby bled, Brody King bled. What's the point?
Because to me, when you make a guy bleed, it's to show your overall dominance as a performer in the ring.
I mean,
and
Jericho ripped out Moxley's earring tonight.
And now AEW just treats it like it's nothing. But in WWE, I think it depends on who it is. To bleed. And it's gonna have to be within a storyline for the fans to accept it because it's been gone for so long.
Do we see him just use the blood in like pay-per-views? Keep it off the TV.
Generally pay-per-views. You can use it on TV.
I would say mostly on pay-per-views, but I'd say there is times to use it on national TV.
For a beatdown angle.
For a beatdown angle, or on TV. I would also like to see give me some real street fights. You doesn't have to be blood and all that. Just give me some actual TLC matches. Give me an actual. And do away with the gimmick pay-per-views. I hate them.
You know you missed Taboo Tuesday. Don't even lie.
Taboo Tuesday.
That was kind of creative.
Taboo Tuesday would be great now.
Yeah.
Clash of the Champions.
Right yeah. Yeah, some of them would be good.
Have some gimmick
Clash of the Champions, King of the Ring. Those are different. Those are
like Hell in a Cell. Not a good gimmick pay-per-view to me.
Hell in a Cell. Extreme Rules is stupid. TLC is stupid. Like those are not Elimination Chamber as its own gimmick pay-per-view.
Hey Chris, they didn't even bring back Fast Track.
Oh God.
God no.
Bring back Fast Track, man.
Or
Great balls of fire.
Oh man.
yeah. Hey, do we see? I'll get you going. Do we see Saturday night WWE events on NBC like once a month,
Bro,
like they used to?
I miss Saturday night's main event. I really do. You have some decent matches on Saturday night's main event.
I would have said yes had NBC bought them.
Yeah,
But I don't see
yeah.
them giving them a primetime Saturday night slot.
Yeah, I miss Saturday night main event, man. Some of those matches are all right. I mean, you saw Hogan and Atlas on Saturday night main event team up. I mean, come on.
Just think about the wrestling like back in the day, though. You didn't see the good matches on TV once in a while, but then you had a bunch of jobbers.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. The Brooklyn Brawler.
Hey, sometimes the Brooklyn Brawler won, though.
Sometimes he won. That's true. That's true. It didn't happen often, but sometimes he did.
No, back in the day when I watched wrestling, I had to stay up at like midnight watching NWA at 12 o'clock on these.
Yep. When you watching on Saturday, TBS 605, boy, sometimes you watch it early in the morning. You see Arn Anderson take the whole 10-minute time to beat somebody for the TV. The TV
or like the midnight shows, they go off and then we'll bring you back next week. We'll show the conclusion of the time.
Yep. And then they actually will go back and show you the highlight that next week. This is what happened last week.
Yeah,
that was cool. Oh man, they don't do it like that no more, man.
Again, that's what we were talking about.
My main thing with AEW though, hey, let me ask you this: do y'all think AEW got too many shows?
No, I don't think they have too many shows. I think they need a streaming platform. I think their shows would be better had they have a streaming platform. I do think they need to do something with Rampage. I don't think it's a bad show. It's got a terrible time slot.
Yeah.
But what other time would you do it though?
I don't know.
You can't move it up because you're not going to compete with SmackDown.
Oh, honestly, it needs off Fridays. You're not going to compete with SmackDown on Fridays. It's just not. And then by the time people are done with SmackDown, they're not coming over to Rampage.
Right. They all wrestled out at that point.
I don't know when you do it though. Maybe they need to make that a Saturday show. Maybe AEW needs a Saturday show. You don't want to do it on Mondays.
Yeah.
The problem with the AEW is they have Monday show, Tuesday show, Wednesday show, Friday show.
About in the day, like back in the day at like 10 o'clock on Saturday, like World Championship Wrestling came on.
But I think the thing with that though is Rampage actually does things though. Like I remember Worldwide, the WCW show. Nothing happened on there besides matches. Rampage actually does story development.
I mean, you had matches and you had some interviews. That's about it.
There's some. I mean, just the Rampage that they've got promoted for this week looked pretty good.
Yeah, it does. This had a lot of matches to me though. For an hour show. But think about it. CM Punk returned on Rampage.
It's not going to do over 495,000, 500,000.
No,
that's just where Rampage sits. It's not going to do more than that at 10 o'clock on a Friday night.
True. That is true. Well, guys, it's been great talking to you. Josie's been good. Great to have you on here.
Thank you, guys.
William's always been good.
Man. I enjoyed it.
Chris, the Pretty Boy Robinson's always good. We got to give William a name. I think William the Championship Morgan. I think that's a little bit, got all the championship belts.
On pinfall, it's HD.
I mean, on pinfall, I'm William HD Morgan.
There you go.
Pinfall streams, William HD Morgan. I'll start putting it up there from now on. William HD.
Well, it's been great, man. We stayed over 26 minutes on overtime, here talking about wrestling, everything about wrestling. So, it's been good with y'all and all that, but we got to sign off here. So this has been Ray.
Really got to go to work tomorrow, so I feel you.
Chris, Pretty Boy Robinson, Josie, William. Good night from All Sports, All Play Wrestling.
Apple Music Library.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365 365, we making a place. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.